Hi, I'm Sherry Frazier, and welcome to Divorce After 50. Today, we're talking about something many of us face, but few talk about out loud, and depression during and after divorce, and how we can give ourselves grace. Divorce is not just a legal process, it's emotional, mental, and deeply personal. Especially later in life, divorce can feel like losing not just a partner, but your identity, your future plans, your sense of safety. And that is hard. But here's the truth, it's okay to not be okay. Let's talk about what depression actually feels like, because understanding it is the first step toward compassion for ourselves. You might experience persistent sadness or low mood, loss of interest in activities you used to enjoy. You may have trouble sleeping and be really tired. Feeling stuck, hopeless, and overwhelmed are definitely experiences that you may have. Irritability or emotional numbness, especially self criticism, feeling like you should be handling this better. And I want to pause right here because I remember feeling this way myself. I told myself I shouldn't be depressed. I didn't even want to let other people know how I was feeling. I kept thinking I deserved better than the person I was married to. So why am I blue about it? That question, why, can become exhausting. Why did this happen? Why am I still sad? Why am I not over this yet? Why do I feel this heaviness when I know the marriage ending was the right thing? And right along with that why question was another thought I had over and over again. I just want to feel normal. But then I had to stop and really ask myself, what is normal anyway? Do I mean that the way I used to feel? And was that really normal? Isn't it actually normal to feel sad when your marriage fails? Isn't it normal to grieve something that once meant everything to you, even if it wasn't healthy in the end? Wanting to feel normal sometimes really just means you want to feel familiar, but familiar doesn't always mean healthy. And it doesn't mean we weren't carrying things back then that we didn't even recognize. I also want to share something personal that I don't think gets talked about enough, especially for women our age. When my separation started, I was premenopausal. My hormones were shifting, emotions felt unpredictable, and my body was already under stress. And then my life blew up. Around that same time, I was prescribed an antidepressant. And while medication can be incredibly helpful and necessary for many people, it can also add a layer of confusion. I didn't always know what feelings were grief, what was hormonal, what was depression, or what was just exhaustion from trying to hold it all together. If that's you, please know this, there is nothing wrong with you. Sometimes it's not just one thing, it's loss, biology, stress, identity changes, and emotional overload all at once. Instead of asking, why am I feeling this way or why did this happen? Questions that often turn into self judgment. I learned to quickly and gently swift the question to, given everything I'm going through, does this not make sense? And most of the time, the answer is yes. Sadness doesn't mean you're failing, it means you cared, it means something mattered. Giving yourself grace means allowing your emotions to exist without labeling them as wrong. It means understanding that healing doesn't follow a straight line, especially when emotional loss collides with physical and life transitions. Grace says, I don't need to rush this. I don't need to explain this. And I don't need to be okay for anyone else. If you find yourself stuck in the why loop or constantly wishing you could feel like your old self again, it may be time to reach out. Support can look like therapy, medical guidance, support groups, honest conversation with trusted friends. You don't have to figure out what's grief, what's hormonal, and what's emotional all on your own. If you're listening today and thinking, I just want to feel normal again, I want you to hear this clearly. Your feelings make sense. It is normal to grieve the end of a marriage. It is normal to feel sad even when leaving was the right decision. And it is normal to need time, especially later in life. Giving yourself grace doesn't mean giving up. It means giving yourself the same compassion you would offer someone you love. If this episode resonates with you, I invite you to take one small step. Share this episode with somebody you might need permission to feel what they're feeling. Leave a review so more people can find these conversations, or simply pause today and remind yourself, I am doing the best I can. And if you're navigating divorce or rebuilding your life after it, and need guidance, resources, or reassurance that you're not alone, please reach out. You don't have to have all the answers to take the next step. Thank you for spending this time with me on Divorce After 50. Be gentle with yourself. Healing isn't a race, it's a relationship with yourself. Until next time, take care of your heart.